Right, it's good evening, and I say good evening because it is now 8:15. We're at London Euston. That is the Caledonian sleeper. We are going to be taking that shortly. It leaves Euston in about an hour's time at 9:15, and we are going to Inverness. This is the Highlander. The Highlander actually goes to 3 destinations. When it gets to Edinburgh, it splits in 3. One goes to Inverness, one goes to Fort William, and one goes to Aberdeen. We've been to Fort William before. We were in Fort William last year, around July time. It was extremely pretty. I very, very highly recommend you visit there, especially taking the train up to Glenfinnan and walking up to the famous Harry Potter viaduct, the Glenfinnan viaduct. Very highly suggest it. This time we're going to Inverness. Again, somewhere completely new. I've never been before. Hopefully going over to Loch Ness. Hopefully the weather will be a bit nicer. Because last week in Glasgow, it was appalling. Glasgow and Edinburgh, the weather was so bad, I barely got the camera out. As you can see from my YouTube, I've only posted the video of Weems Bay because that was the only time I could actually record a video. We should be getting on this in about 15 minutes time. It's going to take about 12 hours. It gets to Inverness at about 8:45. So got plenty of time on it. I'm hoping the coach that I'm in is not too busy, so I can try and film a bit of like the seated area and stuff like that. Give a little tour, you know. So yeah, let's go. Oh, we want 10A. Ah, there we go. Drop my bag. Oh. Right, whilst it's quiet, this is the seated coach. Yeah, so the seat I've got a single seat. You've got a locker, obviously the armrests that move, safety information, which I'm just going to tuck down here. There's a menu. We'll look at that in a second. Sleeper kit, eye plugs and eye mask. Eye plugs? Earplugs, that's the word. The seats, by the way, I mean, they're a little bit stiff, but I don't think they're too bad. Right, hello. The actual seat itself, I mean, where is it? There it is. You can recline. One thing I should point out, if you're tall like me and I'm 6'3", it can be a little bit tight, but when you actually sat here, it is a little bit stiff. My back's kind of alright about that, but you've got these. Oh, these are nice. Like, just wedge your head in. It's really nice. You just do that all night. You've even got a little light. Let's get back around this way. Nice sturdy table. Now, I had this the other day when I was on the Edinburgh train, and this is large enough to put a 15-inch laptop, because I've got a Surface laptop that's 15-inch and it fits this perfectly. You have a footrest, which is currently being blocked by my bag. It's because I haven't put it on the overhead rack yet. And you've also USB socket, 3-pin main socket, glass blinds. But yeah, this is what you got. The destination board up there that says it's currently 8:34. Let's actually have a proper look. 8:34. It's 10 degrees outside. We're in coach H going to Inverness. Yeah, I mean, it's fairly quiet at the moment, but by the looks of his paperwork, it might be a little bit busy. I'm hoping there's going to be like these 2 seats free, because then I can stretch out a little bit more. Oh yeah. Here is all the luggage space. A lot of people travel on this, carry a lot of luggage. And also, just worth pointing out, there is a disabled spot here as well. Love the seat for that. Even the overhead luggage racks, pretty decent size as well. So my bag, if I'm staying in this seat, I'll put it up here. But if I get that seat, it'll go in one of the chairs because I'm going to be using my laptop. But the best seats, before COVID, you could actually choose which seats you could get. 11B, 11C are the best ones because you get a nice fixed table. There's even a little cushion right at the back, just for when you're sat there. But yeah, this is where I'm going to be for the next 12 hours. Right, it is that time. It is now 11:30. It is time to go to sleep. The one that I called the eye plug earlier. It's eye mask ear plugs. Can't get into the thing now. Yeah, you get ear plugs, which I don't need. I've got my Surface buds in, and Caledonian sleeper eye mask. You know what that means? Good night. Still trying to wake up. Good morning, people. It is now 10 to 8. We're actually arriving 30-40 minutes early. I can see snow on the hills. Wow. Right, let's show you outside. Can't show you out that way because you're not really going to see much, but right, this is Inverness. It is cold. It's -4. Royal Highland Hotel. Like, it is really cold. Some of the rivers when we were going up on the approach to Inverness were frozen. Castles? Castle? 7 minutes away? Ooh. I do want to find somewhere for breakfast though, and I fancy something like a bacon roll. Oh, the River Ness is 2 minutes that way. Ah, Caledonian Sleepers headquarters. Victorian Market. I want to look this way. Let's look for the Victorian Market. It's a nice day at least, it's not raining. It is completely blue sky, but that is also why it's flipping freezing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at them all. That's a lot. Right, we're in Inverness. I'm sat in the train station at the moment. It's a little bit warmer. It's still like -2, -3 outside. Spent about an hour and a half wandering around the city centre, walked up to Loch Ness. Loch Ness looks really nice. It looks like the river's been well looked after as well. It's not like the River Thames where it's a bit dirty. The river almost looks brand new, like they've only made it a couple of years ago. It's that clean and nice. We've had breakfast, seen the castle. Unfortunately, it's got a bit of hoarding around it whilst they're refurbishing it. As most of you will know, whenever I travel somewhere, I don't just go to that one place. I like to explore the external area. So we're currently waiting for the 10:02 to Elgin, but I'm only getting off at Nairn, Nairn, Nairn. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sure I'll hear it on the Scottish announcements later, how you actually pronounce it. The reason why I'm going there is because it's right next to the coast. There's a beach and everything. Obviously, I want to see the beach. It might freeze my nutsack off, but it'll still be quite nice to see. We'll probably spend about an hour or so there, hopefully. And then we're going to come back to Inverness. Now, the likelihood is I'm going to try, I don't know how much it is yet, but I'm going to try and take, I think it's called the City Link. It's like a coach service, so I want to take it up to Loch Ness. Get some photos of Loch Ness, get some videos hopefully, see if I can find Nessie. And then from then, we'll come back to Inverness.
This is a customer information announcement.
And then a customer information announcement. From then onwards, I haven't quite worked out, but I'm sure you'll find out soon.
We are now approaching Nairn. Please mind the gap when alighting from this train.
Wow. We've got a proper sandy beach as well. And there's waves crashing. Well, hello again. This is so relaxing. It is just absolutely peaceful. This has to be one of the most peaceful beaches I've ever been to. What was the last beach I went to? The last beach I went to was at North Berwick, the one that's got the golf course. It was quite nice. I mean, this one's a little bit messy because of all it's overgrown and everything, but it's the waves. It's the fact that the waves are crashing against. It's blue water. It's not dirty. It's clear sky. It's sunny. It's not as cold as it was earlier. Considering when I arrived at Inverness, it was -4. I think it's now about 8 degrees. I've now been able to take my super dry jacket off, take my hat off, take my gloves off. Because it's now... People throwing the ball for their dogs in the water. I'm hoping you saw that. No, this is, I mean, originally I was going to get the train again. Train back about now. But I don't really want to leave. Like I said, it's so quiet, it's so peaceful. And the weather's perfect. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. The wind is low enough that it's just like a slight breeze. No, I think this is perfect. We've got someone out on their boat just whizzing around the place. I wish I could do that, but I can't swim, so I can imagine the chance of me going out on a boat by myself is pretty slim. You should get one of those voice recorders just for the sounds, just to record the crashing waves. That would actually be pretty nice. I'm more annoyed at the fact that there's snow on the hills over there. I feel like, just looking at the camera now, it looks like I'm doing the weather. So today's forecast is 8 degrees at the maximum, minimum about -4 as it was this morning. We are forecasting clear skies, no clouds, apart from a little whiffy cloud over, a little smidgen of a cloud over there. No rain, no snow. Moderate temperatures in the water. I sort of put my finger in the water and it was a bit cool. Ironically, I was expecting it to be freezing. Very low waves, but it's waves enough. Waves enough? They sort of crash about a bit. It's actually the really peaceful way. And there's the Chapper's weather forecast. Let's do some more exploring. Well, this has to be probably my favourite beach now. It's like the perfect day to come and do this as well. It is, in my opinion, the perfect weather conditions to visit a beach. Because the sun's out, I can feel myself warming up a bit. The temperature's still like 8 degrees. But it just looks amazing. I really do like it. This is really good. I'm glad I came today. It's definitely a lot better than when I went to Weems Bay last week and it was peeing it down. Heavy winds, everything. You couldn't even go outside because of how bad the weather conditions were. So, yeah. It's now time to go back to Nairn station. I will get it right eventually. And then get back to Inverness. Apparently I'm at the putting green. Am I? This is Beauly, the smallest station in Great Britain. And when I mean the smallest station, it's 15.06 meters long. From about, literally, just where my finger is, just on the edge of the camera, is the edge of the platform. And that there is the other end of the platform. Which is really confusing because in that direction, the platform curves all the way around. It's like, I would say it's about 10 times the length. And there's another remnants of a platform there, but it's now a private residence. 1862 this opened, closed in 1960 and reopened in 2002, but I don't get it. I don't get why the station is so small. I mean, literally, from where I'm stood now, just in case you didn't hear me shouting at the camera, that is the end of the platform. Kind of nice though. Nice, no? Kind of nice. It's so small. It's serving a little village of Beauly, just that way. When you look that way, it's just fields. I'm kind of liking the way I've got my camera on here at the moment. Well, the train back to Inverness is already a couple minutes late, but it doesn't bother me. It's not like I'm getting the train back to London until 9:15 or something like that. I'm actually going to record how my camera is sat at the moment. Apart from I need to actually do it at the right angle. I do love this GoPro. GoPro? Joby, Gorilla Pod, that's the word. GoPro's in my pocket. So there'll be another service coming through in about 15 minutes time. We'll try and record it, because I reckon I can leave this here, just allow it to record and then go off. But yeah, this is Beauly, the very much smallest train platform. Not so much station because there is no building here, it's just a shelter. There's not even a facility to buy a ticket, you have to buy it on the train. Unless you've got one of those ScotRail smart cards, which I don't have because I don't live in Scotland. Yeah, smallest station in Great Britain. Right. 5 to 7. Back at Inverness. Waiting for the sleeper. We get to go on in about an hour's time. It's starting to get a bit colder. It's also really quiet. I mean, listen. Inverness, Scotland's railway, along with welcome. Yeah, we get to go on the train in about an hour's time. It will get to Euston around 8 in the morning. But we don't know if we're gonna. I might do a little bit of recording whilst on the train. It depends on how busy it is. If there's anything like it was this morning, easy. What will be the fun thing is trying to get home tomorrow morning because of the London Underground tube strike. Normally what I would do is when I get off at Euston, then take the tube over to Marylebone and then take the train up directly up to where I live. Except I can't because the tubes aren't going to be running. I could take a bus, but the buses are going to be insanely expensive. Insanely busy, that's the word. Especially at that time in the morning, it's in the peak. And I don't particularly want to be forcing my way onto a bus, which means I've got to walk from Euston to Marylebone. It's like a 30 minute walk maybe. And then I've got to take a train that's only 1 per hour due to the line it runs on. Rather than, if the Metropolitan line was open, I would have 3 or 4 per hour. But no, I've only got 1 per hour, so if I miss that one or it's really busy, I have to wait another hour to get the next one. So I'll either add it onto this video or make a separate video if I do that, about trying to get from Euston to Marylebone in the chaos of the tube strike. But what can we say? Inverness, it's been much nicer visit today than Glasgow and Edinburgh because of the weather. We've seen some amazing scenery, like the scenery has been amazing. It's a shame that it's night time at the moment, because then I can't see any of the scenery going back. If I do decide to do this again, it will be in the middle of summer, so it will still be daylight at this time, and then it'll get dark at around, what, 9-10ish? So at least I see a little bit of it. Planning to do Fort William this year again. Fort William was absolutely stunning. And it just happened, well, the day I went it was a bit foggy, but still, it was completely beautiful. Like, I would never say, oh, it was bad in any shape or form. When I got on the train back to Euston, then it improved. It's like typical. When I got back to Inverness about an hour or 2 ago, it did start to rain a bit, so I'm kind of glad that I kind of wrapped things up a bit early. But yeah. That's the end. And there we are. Back on the sleeper. I've just been speaking to one of the onboard crew, and he recognised me because he was the same person that checked me in at Euston on Tuesday evening. And I was chatting to him. I was like saying, and he noticed I have YouTube. He was like, oh, how you doing? Everything. So that was quite nice. It's nice that you can have a chat with the crews on trains and stuff like that, because it makes it more personal. I think that's what was it Jeff Marshall said, what makes the railways is the staff. It's not getting you from A to B, it's the staff, it's how friendly. I mean, Caledonian sleepers are rated quite badly by a lot of people that say, I'll never use them again, blah blah blah. I think they're great. I think I've never had a better customer service from any train operator, and I've been on, I think, with the exception of Eurostar, the Irish, and TransPennine, I've been on every single operator, and the staff here are always super friendly, and when crap hits the fan, which on the odd occasion it has happened, they've dealt with it professionally. It's been amazing. And now I'm in a seat of 2. The guy just come up and said, Chapman? I was like, yeah. Oh, you can use these 2 seats. I'm like, perfect. I wasn't that one over there. It's a little bit cramped. I mean, now I can stretch out a bit. I've got a desk, I've got another desk, I've got the bag here. Obviously I've still got the seats exactly the same, it's just I get a little bit more leg room. Also means I can get the laptop out, either play some games or start putting the YouTube video together. What more could you ask for? Next time I will hopefully go into a cabin both ways. I've done the cabin up to Edinburgh once. I do need to do the Night Riviera, but at the moment the Night Riviera, which is the one, in case you're not familiar with it, is the one operated by Great Western Railway that goes from London Paddington to Penzance. There's just nothing at the moment that's drawing me to doing it. Every time I think I'm going to go on a long distance journey, first of it, Caledonian sleeper. Done Glasgow, done Edinburgh, done Fort William, now I've done Inverness. The only one I've got to do now is Aberdeen. Again, Aberdeen, I'm a bit like, what would I go there for to spend a day? Edinburgh, easy, because I can go to Glasgow, I can go to North Berwick, I can go to the Forth Bridges, I can go and travel on the Borders Railway, it's all scenic. Glasgow, same thing, go to Weems Bay, as my other video shows. Inverness, I went over to Nairn, I'm going to keep on doing it until I get the pronunciation right, and I went to Beauly, such a tiny station, and even then the weather's been great today. Walked along the beach, spent about half an hour at the beach, that was peaceful, that was really nice. Now we're back at Inverness. Not a single bad experience from today, nothing whatsoever. I actually slept quite well in the double seat over there. I tend to sleep more in the double. than I do in a single, because you can sort of, like, I'm an awkward sleeper, I sort of stretch out like that sometimes, I move around. In a single seat, you're kind of limited like that. But no. So, I'm going to come off now. I'm going to get the laptop out, try and get some of the videos stitched together, because I don't know if I'm going to get enough signal on the hotspot on my Surface Duo to actually upload the video to YouTube. I've probably got such an amount of videos to go through as well. Could be that I make the clip on my laptop now and then upload it when I get back home tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully you've all enjoyed the journey, and I look forward to you joining me next time. And in case you're not following or subscribing, it will help me out a lot. I'm at 670 at the time of doing this. I was having a good run trying to get on to 1,000. 1,000 would be fantastic for me, because then that will prompt me to kick my mindset into doing this more often. If I can do that, then brilliant. But until next time, bye bye.